All right, I want to get into this because you're the first female artist that we've interviewed.
Yay.
Right. So I kind of want to go into like a rabbit hole with this. So first off, like right now, for you as a female in the industry, what is it like?
Okay. Honestly, it's not easy. I'll be real with you. I'm in a male-dominated industry, and I feel like it is a little bit difficult to be taken serious. They'll kind of just be like, oh, you know, she's a girl or whatever, or I'm not like hardcore rapping. Right. So they're like kind of like, you know, but I feel like it also does make me stand out in a way. So there's positives and negatives, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm just always in my own lane though. Right. You know, like a lot of people are telling me to do certain things like, oh, you should do drill and you should do this and that. And I'm not against certain things, like opening my mind to certain things, but at the same time, I do want to stay authentic, you know, and like do what I like to do. So.
Right. Do you think like how female artists are currently portrayed in the industry? Like, are you a fan or are you not a fan? How are you like?
I'm not against it. Like, right. I'm very open-minded, and I feel like I support any female artist in general because she's a female and she's making it and creating, you know, that's something I support. But I do feel like there's a lot of female artists, like, solely portraying, like, sex and, like, sexuality.
Right.
So it does kind of, like, make it harder because if you're singing about something emotional or something that's like more like touching,
right,
people aren't gonna look at you as much, like unless you're rapping about like your ass and you know stuff like that. So
I think I think, but like the good thing with that is where some of these artists that just do like what all these female artists do, like they're more of, oh, I might pop off and then maybe not stay there. When it's someone like you where you're really emotional, connecting with people, those are to be the fans that will stick with you and
buy your tickets,
buy your tickets, merch, you know, stuff like that.
Make sure you're good, check on you, all this shit.
Because like we see that a lot too. It's like a lot of people are doing what is popping, and as producers, we look at that in a way because, you know, artists want a certain product, you know, so we might go in to do these things. But I think overall, like, people always think you need to have that hit and be famous and go crazy to be able to make a living off of your music, which is just not true. You know,
you're responding with.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like a big issue is like social media because everyone is just trying to be like known and like clout. You know, clout is like the biggest drug right now. You know, like everyone just wants to be seen. They want that attention. But what is the attention you're trying to show? Like, what are you really trying to portray?
Right.
Because then you have these little kids like being influenced by all this stuff, and like you said, it's not really everlasting. You know, like legendary artists, they do put out feelings and emotions, and they do storytell and show that they're relatable. You know, so
yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, it's a weird time right now, I think. Like, and I think also the COVID thing sparked this up like almost more because everyone is bored and doing nothing. So how can I pop off? How can I do something to get this attention? And like, so social media now is just like you said, it's just saturated with like, oh, how am I going to get famous? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? You know,
it's crazy because back in the day, like all those legendary artists, like they didn't even have like TikTok and all that, and they were huge. Like,
it's crazy. Even like the SoundCloud days, people were dropping SoundCloud and they would just go crazy. They didn't have like, they weren't promoting their TikTok dances.
It was so
you know?
Different.
It's crazy. It really is.
No, for real. Like, so from your experience, like, do you feel like you're treated fairly or unfairly being a female?
I think that there's definitely real people that do recognize me for my talent, which I really appreciate. But then there are certain people that they do doubt me and say like, oh, like you're not like these girls, so you probably won't make it, you know. But I feel like that's the reason I will make it, because I'm not like everyone else.
Right, there you go.
You know.
Hell yeah. So like, are there any females on the female artists on the island that you want to connect with, or?
On the island, I haven't met too many female artists,
Okay.
honestly.
Yeah, like we said, you're the first one. For
Yeah,
us,
there's
so
really
we don't
not a
really
lot.
Yeah.
know
It's-
many.
well, I'm not gonna say that we've seen. Like we haven't.
Yeah.
Like even at the showcases too. There's not a lot of
There's
female
not,
artists.
yeah.
You know?
That's true.
But would
There's
you like to like tap in with that?
Yeah,
definitely.
for sure.
Yeah.
I love female artists,
Yeah.
you know, but it's definitely harder to find, especially people that are more so in my lane, like doing,
Yeah.
you know, things from like their heart. I
Yeah, like
guess.
emotional
Yeah.
and like okay.
For sure.
I'm not
Um,
against the other stuff though.
yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah.
definitely turn up to
Yeah.
it. It's fun.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
I
you did a
had-
song performed a song.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have some stuff in my
Yeah.
catalog that's like fun like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm not
Mhm.
against it at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
You know, it's just like what you want to be known for and what you do after that. You know,
Right.
like
Yeah. What you're following up with and shit like
Yeah.
that. So.
Because also every artist that like you're saying, every known and like famous artist has like a specific sound where they will dive into like that pop and stuff, but like when you look at the albums and you look at like the majority of the music, it does stand out in a way, and it's like different
Yeah.
than the majority of everything else. So
I also think versatility is important.
yeah,
Like when you're a versatile artist, you're able to have sad songs, happy songs, you know, different moods, stuff like
yeah,
that.
definitely, yeah.